Good morning, fellow traders. How are you? This is Lewis from Forex Tech Magazine coming to you live every weekday from 3 a.m. until around about 4 to play some trades and make some money. So let's get into it. Well, actually, before we get too far into it, let's get into the disclosure or disclaimer. Disclaimer is that information that we are providing to you today and every day before today and every day after today should solely be looked upon as educational and entertainment information only. For those purposes only, to be entertained and to be educated, right? Nothing that we uh, recommend, suggest, or talk about should be considered as financial advice for you. Get that? Nothing that we suggest should be considered as financial advice for you. So, with that being said, if you're in need of financial advice, our recommendation is that you seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent, reputable advisor. Okay? So, once again, this is not a financial forum, this is not a financial advisory firm. This is not something where we come in here, we're trying to give you information to try to help you with your financial situation. The information that we're giving you here today and the days prior to this and the days after this would just be strictly for educational entertainment purposes only. Okay, great. Now that we got that out of the way, we get a sip of coffee because I need to really wake up. It's been a long couple of days. This schedule is really kicking my butt. But I think it's important to continue to keep going because I think we're getting we're covering some really good grounds and we're making some really good progress for a lot of folks. And so I enjoy doing that. Right? I enjoy giving back, enjoy being able to help people become more successful traders, enjoy helping people realizing their dream of trying to become financially free. And I got to tell you, it's a good thing, right? So, just trying to log into everything. There we go. There we go. Tired, folks. Tired. All right, cool. So now, as you all know, yesterday we did not place a trade, and the reason being is because we were looking at the way the market was going. We also were looking at the fact that there was some pretty exciting news that was going to be coming out of the pipeline yesterday, and we did not want to get into the market during that time because we felt that we might get whipsawed around a bit and wouldn't be good for business, so therefore we didn't get in. Right? Let's look at that a little bit and see how it played out. See if that was actually a good decision or a bad decision. What do you say? All right. Perfect. Let's see here. So this is the Great Britain pound US dollar. The downward candle. Yeah, we could have sold that. Because remember, well, hold on a second. First of all, let's go back. What is the first thing that we do before we get into a trade, right? We put up our support and resistance, right? Now these are already here just from the things. This could actually be a reversal. This could be making a U-turn. It's right here at a support. Or it could just be a protracted recovery, right? Just a little prolonged recovery where it's coming back. You know, the market is kind of blowing off some of that steam where it made this big downturn, and then it's gonna slowly start turning back down again. Because if you notice, it looks like the resistance kind of hit right around this, restrictive area right here where we have resistance at. So that could mean that this is just a very long pullback before it starts to go back down again. So anyway, something to kind of monitor. But let's look at where we're at right now. let's look what happens today or yesterday. So we knew we were close to resistance, right? And so you're not going to buy when you get into resistance. You're going to be looking to sell, right? So we could have sold, right? This right here looks like when the news came out around about 4:30 yesterday, right? Had some negative and there was some positive, and so market went down, pulled back up, but eventually, well, market kept going on down. And okay, cool. And you know, you got to remember this right here is also because of the news that was happening in the states too, with the release of the FOC. I think it was minutes happened yesterday as well. It usually come out around about 2 o'clock. Okay. Okay, so you could have sold that one. Let's see what the next one was. So 3 a.m. Right, same thing, pull back, came back up, sold back off. Possibly could have sold that one too. And what I'm looking for here is I'm just really trying to make sure to see if price ever went back over the 3 a.m. candlestick. Because remember, that's where our stop loss would have been at, somewhere above the 3 a.m. candlestick. So if I'm not seeing price going back over the 3 a.m. candlestick and we get an entry below, then remember, we're not going to buy near support. We're looking, I mean, not buy near resistance. We're looking to sell. So these are all, you know, we could have possibly gotten in yesterday. But, you know, scared money don't make money. You know, scared sometimes. Let's so came down to support, bounce back up, back at support again, possibly bounce back up. Okay. 3 a.m. That one sell and support. This support or resistance. What is this? Oh wow. Oh, look at that. This right here, that's not support right there, is resistance. Let's check something out. Yeah, that's resistance, baby. Huh. Let's go back in there. Alright, so that was resistance. Let's see here. 3 a.m. Broke through resistance, came down. 1, 2. This is having a hard time getting through this resistance, man. So this resistance is actually, it would appear, is becoming support. It's pretty interesting. Pretty freaking interesting, okay? Pretty interesting. Let's go up. That's down. That's up. Okay. Huh. So in this last one, let's see here. This right here, this support or resistance. Let's see. Yeah, this is resistance too. Went down through it, came back up through it, came back down, hit it again. That's where we're at now. Huh. Well, I gotta tell you, I mean, yeah, we could have sold it yesterday, and could have sold it yesterday. If we would have sold it yesterday, it looks like the only real target would have probably been about 40 pips. You remember we tried to make at least about 50 pips, so I don't know that even if we would have sold it, some of these we would have, like this one right here, we would have probably wound up getting stop loss tapped on it, right? Because this right here, even though it's resistance and you want to sell, you know, at resistance, This one right here, it appears that this resistance is almost trying to. Well, I can't say that because I was gonna say it's almost trying to become support, but we gotta. Let's see. Oops, I'll go back. We have a low. We have a high. We have a. It could be a lower high, a low low, high low. We got a low. We got a high. It'd be interesting if we get a low lower than this one right here. Then we know we're continuing with that downward track. But if something is higher than this one right here, I don't know. It means that this resistance is slowly turning into support for us, which would be great, right? That would help us out immensely. That would be pretty interesting. Let's see. I gotta tell you, man, I'm looking at these charts, man. I'm like, wow, I'm kind of throwing back a little bit because the market is definitely shaping up to do something right now. It's going to shape up to do a move, and kind of just looking at this, and this is what you also got to be careful about too. All right, this is the other thing. You know, I tell you, there's a lot of stuff you got to be careful about. You got to be careful about directional bias. You got to be careful about getting overconfident and over leveraging the account and trading too often and all that good stuff. But another thing you got to be careful about too is anticipating a move too soon, right? Because you don't want to do that. Because if you anticipate the move too soon, then you're going to be wrong about the trade, right? Because I'm looking at this right here right now, and it really looks like it's setting up that this thing's about to U-turn again, right? So if you look, I'm not going to go all the way back. We'll just go somewhat back. So market comes up, it goes down, it comes up, it's resistance, comes back down, support, down, support, goes back up through resistance, and it looks like that this resistance is maybe going to become some type of support for it, right? Looking at this candlestick here, and it really be interesting to see how the market closes today, because this resistance actually lands on top of this resistance here, which could lend to definitely support. And usually those are some of the more stronger support lines. So if you look over here, it's right here's resistance at one time before, and then now it got turned into support. So when price hit this huge drop, it hit that line right there, and buyers came in and propped it back up, and see they kept it going. So I'm kind of getting a sense that it may do the same thing here. Now the question is, how much further does it have to go down before it does that, right? Makes that U-turn. And that's the Great Britain pound, New Zealand dollar. And so that's what you have to be careful about, because if you come in and say, okay, well, I want to buy now, right? It goes up, hits your buy, and it continues to go down. It can take you through your stop loss. And if you say, well, I want to continue to sell right now, once again, it can take you to your entry, and then you turn and go up and go straight up. So it's one of those things where you got to kind of be careful. You got to really kind of know what you're doing with this one right here, because this could definitely have an effect, not necessarily a positive one, on your bank account. That is very, 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 very interesting, my friend. Very, very interesting. Count Dracula impersonation. Woohoo! Had some bad coffee. Whew. But I gotta do it. See what I do for you guys, man? Drinking horrible coffee early in the morning. That's crap. Alright, so let's try to figure this out. Let's look at some stuff that we think that may be potentially good for us to go into and make some money on for today. How about that? How do you like that? You like that? Huh? Huh? You like that? Kirk Cousins impersonation. You like that? Alright, so we're gonna get rid of all this snish. Get all this snish, snish, nah. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of that. We're gonna go over here. Right here, right here. Let's shorten it up a little bit. Alright, and for those of you who are first time tuning in, don't know what I'm doing, have no idea what I'm talking about, well, first of all, I'm just rambling because I'm still kind of sleepy. Second thing I'm doing is I'm putting in these support and resistance lines, and the reason being is because they're going to help me understand where I am currently at in the market in relations to the highs and lows of the market, right? Because we know that typically our resistance has been at some type of a high point because people tend to sell there, and our support typically has been at some low point in the market because people tend to buy there, right? And if we're going to trade, what do we want to do? Do we want to buy high and sell low, or do we like to buy low and sell high? We want to buy low and sell high, right? And so so what I'm doing right now is just kind of helping me, kind of prompting me, excuse me, prompting me along so that way I can do just that within the market, right? Buy low, sell high, hopefully, okay? And that's all I want to do, really. Don't want to make this more complicated than what it has to be. Don't want to go in here overanalyze my situation, and just want to really kind of look at it and just kind of think about it, right? All right, guys. So, looking at where we at right now, right? We are below this resistance line here, which could have been a support line, but it's clearly now somewhat like a resistance. And we got a pretty big drop off between there and whatever would be next, which probably might be here actually. I'll put that one in there. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright, so this right here is probably a minor, but I would consider it to be a minor support, but nonetheless, it would be a support potentially. So the question is, well, what happens next? Does this thing continue to go down, or will it reverse? What do you think? Resistance, here's price, potential support. What's price been doing all this time? It's been going down. All right. Hasn't U-turned yet. It's taking some breaks, right? It was like you're saying, going down, got exhausted, like came back up, and then starts back going down again, right? But it hasn't started that U-turn yet. And we're actually lined up exactly with where price started coming back up on, was that Sunday? Yeah, remember, gap down Friday. Sunday, I started the move up. And right, that was right about in that area. How much space between here and here? 13. And 12. Let's see. 30. Huh. Alrighty. If you buy resistance, and do we buy near resistance or do we sell near resistance? Pop quiz. Buy or sell near resistance? Well, yes, we sell near resistance. Oh, do we now? Huh. Do I want to sell? Do I want to sell? Do I want to sell? I think I wish to sell. I gotta tell you guys, it's looking like it may be a seller's market today. And remember, you got no real knowledge of if what you're doing or saying is even going to be correct, right? Could be wrong as rain, but you come into this and you make the best assessment you can with the information that you got. And then you try to use sound money management to try to make sure that you're not putting too much of your money at risk. Now this right here is the exact opposite from all the rest of them that I was looking at. So all the rest of them we were looking at were close to resistance and we were looking at potentially selling them. Whereas with this one right here, this right here is closer to support, and if anything, I'd be thinking about buying it, right? And if you look at the chart right now, this is the that is the Great Britain pound, Japanese yen. Get some movement on the price right now. If you look right here, it's like a nice little bullish candlestick where sellers came in and tried to push it down lower. Bulls came back, pushed it up higher, right? Ended up at the top of the range, and in the very next candlestick, which is this one here, the 3 a.m. one, looks like it went down a little bit, and the bulls came back in and pushed it back up, which could be confirmation that it's about to move back up. But it's happened over here too, right? And then what occurred was that it went up and then it came back down, right? But who knows? This could be a double bottom forming, right? Boom, boom. And it's bouncing off of resistance. Support. So, I like it. I like buying when it's close to support. And once again, this whole thing, what we're doing is all about probabilities, right? It's saying, is there a higher probability for this price to go up if it gets close to support versus, a higher probability of the price continuing to go down, right? Well, when I'm seeing buyers come in near support, I feel more comfortable about buying near support. And like if I see more sellers coming in near resistance, I feel more comfortable with selling near resistance. At the end of the day, I cannot control what's going to happen. I cannot control. It could be the best. Tongue-tied too early. I can be the best analyst in the market, but still not really know, one way or the other, 100% certainty what the market's going to do. All I can do is give it my best guess based off of the information that I'm seeing, and then try to manage my money to control my losses. So that way, if I'm wrong, that I'm not going to take a huge loss. But if I'm right, then I'll get more than my fair share of the money. So that right there, that might actually be a buy. Let me here. Let me sit up here. Bad posture, sleeping and stuff. Sleepy. All right, let's see here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some notes. And if you don't have a notepad when you trade, folks, then you're not trading. You're just playing. Right? You're a play trader. Not a day trader, you're a play trader if you don't have a notepad. If you're not keeping notes of what you're doing and what you're thinking when you're going through these things. And the reason why you want to do that is because you're always going to learn more from your losses than you will from your victories, my friend. Always, always is. GBP USD. Ooh, look what the interesting turn of event just happened here. So you clicked on the Great Britain pound US dollar, right? And it looks like it's trying to press up. Maybe. It's interesting. Very interesting. The market could be U-turning, all right? But here's the thing. And I think I told you this before. Don't try to anticipate what the market's going to do. Just trade what the market is doing, right? If the market's going down, sell. If the market's going up, buy. Don't try to anticipate, oh, it looks like it's turning around. Well, when it turns around, that's when you go in and, you make that opposite trade once it turns around. But if it hasn't turned around yet, just trade what it's doing. Just always get in the habit of trade what it's doing. If it's going up, buy. If it's going down, sell. And make sure that you're doing this in regards or relations to where you're at in the market. I mean, if you're seeing accumulation near resistance, I'd probably be I apologize, folks. I probably stay off a little bit because once again we don't buy near resistance. But if it's on the top side of resistance and it's buying coming in, then that's probably that might be a good sign because that probably means that resistance turned into a support. But if it's on the bottom of resistance and got buying coming in, probably won't buy that just because we sell at resistance, man. We don't buy at resistance, and vice versa. We buy at support. We don't sell at support unless price is on the opposite side of that support line. Then we might consider it maybe, because then it might be turning into I can't think this morning. It might be turning into a resistance line. There you go. I apologize, folks. I am so freaking tired. This getting up early, way early than I should be scheduling, is starting to take its toll on me, man. Let's see here. And if you can't tell what price is doing, you just stay out. Nothing worse than getting into something and being wrong. If you can't tell what it's doing, just stay out. Stay on the sideline somewhere and live to fight another day. You don't have to fight every time, man. Not every fight is a good fight for you. Let's go back here. All right. Let's see. Pound. Japanese yen. That looks like a buy. A buy. The crazy thing about this is when I go in here and I put these trades and then come back and oh shit, why did I put that trade there? Psych. I didn't know why I put that trade there because I'm a trader, my friend. Let's see here. Let's see here. Other thing is, when we place our orders, we don't place market orders, right? We're not that crazy yet. We place entry orders, right? And so with our entry orders, it gives us some room, to be wrong, right? Because it may not. This thing may continue to go up for a while for tonight, and then all of a sudden it goes down, comes crashing through, triggers our order, and we make money. We make shmoney. How nice would that be? It's always nice to make money. So we always have to keep that in mind when we're going in with placing the orders and stuff. Remember, just trade what the market is doing. You ain't gotta do no more, no less. All right, and this right here is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, right? When I was saying that, okay, we sell when when we get to resistance, right, and then we buy when we get to support. Well, and unless of course the price is on the opposite side, right? So if you see right here, price is on the opposite side. Price is on the side of on the opposite side of resistance, right? So if it was down here, I'd be looking to sell, right? But when it's up here, probably maybe looking to buy, right? Because something's going on, right? You just don't know when this thing's going to continue to start making this move in whatever direction it's going to go. We just don't know when, right? It looks like it's going to be doing something. We just don't know when it's going to be doing something. But if I was a betting man, and I am, and this really sucks right here because I got two currency pairs where I say that the Great Brent pound is going to appreciate, faster than the other one that it's paired up with, and then I got two showing that it's, not, that it's going in the opposite direction. Now, you say, well, why is that frustrating? Well, what's frustrating about this is that, we like to see, I like to see the strength. We're all in the same direction, personally. I think that overall, the tone of the market is that the Great Britain pound will appreciate in value, right? At least over the next week or so. But at the moment, it just seems that it's trying to search for direction, right? And while it's searching for direction, it's looking crazy out here. Folks like myself that's trying to trade it. Oh, man. So what to do, right? Let me check something real quick. Let's see something here real quick. Yeah, folks. Makes you wonder. Now, actually, I got another one. Man, I tell you, I hate buying their resistance, but what you don't want to do, is you don't want to trade and go in the wrong direction. I'm sorry, folks. I'm rambling right now. If you haven't nothing to notice. And the reason being is because I'm looking at a couple of different things on the screen all at once and just trying to make sense of a whole bunch of stuff that is happening. Um, I think we got this here. All right, let's go back. All right, go back, go back, go back. All right, cool. All right, so this looks crazy. This is crazy. So I got three going down, two going up. Let's see. And I'll tell you why it looks crazy. So let's look at this for a second, man. Let's look at this. Imagine if you would, here should potentially be another support zone, right? Because price came down, went up, price comes down, down, goes back up, and price is back here again, right? So I would consider this to be support, right? Now, the crazy thing, or the kooky thing about pricing is that it could continue to go back up, but then what? Go back down. You know what? I think my original assessment is right. Down, down, 3 down, 2 up. Let's go back and look for the same thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see if these prices are consolidating or moving sideways a bit. And they are. And the next thing to look for would be because here's the thing, right? We understand that when price moves, right? When we understand that if we buy near support and we sell near resistance, right? We understand that we got that, right? And we also understand that that price. Hold on, sorry, take this long. We also understand we have no control of price. All we can control is how much we're willing to lose, right? And where we would like to take our money at. But the real factor that we have is just how much we're willing to lose on any one trade, right? And so in looking at this right now, and I'm going through, I'm looking at this right here. What I'm thinking is, okay, yeah, this right here is resistance, right? And we're right there on that resistance line, which is good. And that could mean that, it definitely could mean that, hey, price is going to go up. But it hasn't had a real meaningful break of resistance. So the question you got to be asking yourself, is this thing hanging on because it's going to make a move up? Or is it hanging on because it's going to make a move down? This is a tough one. And you know what? If you don't understand where you're at and you can't really decide, stay out. Always a recommendation, stay out. But I think with this one right here, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at it on a bigger scale. That's what I'm going to do. What 2 hours look like? What does 4 hours look like? About Monday. You know, the crazy thing about this is that this is support, this is resistance. And it's played around with this, going through resistance, coming back up, going through resistance, coming back up, going all the way down, hit support, coming back up. And now we're back playing around with resistance again. Not really knowing if it's going to go down or it's going to come back up. Some disgusting coffee. I don't know, folks. This right here is real puzzling. I'm almost to the point of saying I want to. You know what? I want to short it. Honestly, I kind of think I want to short it. And I tell you the reason being is just because even on a daily chart, it's not really making any good moves, right? It's just kind of moving sideways, right? You have a good push down, it tries to come back up, it gets pushed down again, it goes down, comes back up, and right now it's not really doing anything. So, I don't know. Maybe we just stay out of this one, right? Because, you know, if you can't decide, just move out of the way. Let's see here. Let's look at a trend line here. Can we get a trend line on this thing? Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so what do we got? Boom, boom, boom. It's broken through. It's broken through. I just think it's at a serious inflection in the market, and it's either going to do one or two things. Either A, it's going to continue up and go through the market, or B, sorry, charger from my phone. It's either A, going to go up through the market, or B, it's going to come back down. So it is at an inflection point where it's going to have to make a decision about what it's going to do. Is it going to continue to go up, or is it going to go down? I don't know. How about that? Let's see here. What about this one? It's right there in resistance. And once again, you just don't want to get any type of, you don't want to put any type of market bias on this. You don't want to put any type of directional bias in this where you come in and you start to overthink it and make it into something that it should not be. Right? And don't ask me why I have such a hard time today, because this feels like I am in a fog here. And I tell you why I'm having a hard time is because, you know what? If you look right here, you see that candlestick right here, little dragonfly, right? And usually these right here can point to like a turnaround in the market, right? Let's see here. Do we got anything? Let's see. You know what? Let's use some of the candlesticks that they have here. Bam. Great thing about this software. Aha. Great advertising point now, right? Boom, boom, boom. So, this is what I will tell you, right? If you haven't already went to the Smart Trader website through our link and download and register for the software, go and do it right now. Because if you're not doing it, you're doing yourself a disservice. And the reason being is because this software is phenomenal. Okay. As you can see, I was sitting here and I'm trying to think of, how do we do this? And I know I got some candlesticks on here that really kind of make me hesitant about selling here at resistance. Um, well, resistance slash support. Because I'm like, this thing could be actually going through here, and this actually is support, and this right here is actually a very bullish formation. And as you can see, I went in and I used my candlestick software that's already built into this platform, right? And it let me know that, hey, yes, that right there is a very bullish candlestick. So I'm gonna buy just off of the strength of this, off the strength of the software that I'm using, and the fact that, hey, you know what? I think it's gonna go up. And I'm gonna put I'm not gonna say where I'm gonna put my take profits and all that good stuff. If you wanna know that, then you gotta go a little bit deeper than what we're talking about here. But I'm just gonna say I'm gonna buy, and if you're a buyer, then you can figure out where you're gonna put your entries at, and then you can, and all that good stuff, right? But I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna be a buyer in this market. And what's the next one? Now, because I got these quote unquote so-called um, confirmations, does it mean anything? Absolutely not. Because as you can see, this right here was supposed to be a bullish signal too. It's supposed to be bullish, bullish, bullish. And what happens? The price continues to go down, down, down. So don't put too much stock into it. But if it helps you feel comfortable with the trade, hey, maybe so. Mm-hmm. What else we got here? JP CAD. The one way you can tell though if it's turning around a lot of times is if it's making higher highs and higher lows, especially over some of the previous higher highs and higher lows. Then you might have some. All right, let's see here. JP CAD. Once again, see this right here is a bullish formation, right? And oh, got another one. Ooh, we got another one. And what happened? Immediately after this one, it went straight to crap. So it can't always depend on the candlestick formation, but it does help you, especially if it's around a support resistance. It can help give you encouragement as far as if you're making the right decision or not. At least for me, it does anyway. Let's see, let's go through this one again. All right, man. All right. I think I know what I'm doing. Chink. I know what I'm doing, man. I got this down. Let's see. Let's see, a low, a high, a low, higher, high, high, higher, higher, high, higher, low. This way is not higher, high. Yeah. This could be higher, low. We will see, we will see, we will see, we will see, we will see. Oh, it's so freaking tired. I need to go back to bed. Let's see. One, two, three, 5 M's in my bank account. Let's see. Well, folks, we shall see. So, looking at this right here, I'm thinking that, you know what? Great Britain, Japanese yen buy, Canadian, Great Britain pound, CAD buy, Andy, Great Britain pound, US dollar buy, and what about the New Zealand dollar? Right there by support. Perhaps. Yeah, why not? Bye. Alright, so it looks like it's a buying day in the market. That was going to be a selling day, right? It's a buying day. And you say, well, Lewis, why are you buying? Well, here's the reason why I was going to buy. Because we're right here by support. Right? And what do you do when you get support? You buy. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so you buy when you get support. Alright, so we buy. Yeah. This right here is clearly that support, that resistance has turned into support. So what do? We buy. No support, we buy. Is this no support? We may not buy. Let's see. It actually looks like it's near resistance or something. So we'll see where we at in about 3 more minutes or so. But that may be a buy too, to be honest with you. And that is the AUD. Put a question mark beside that right there. But everything else looks like it's a buy, man. So at any rate, it looks like today we're going to buy the market reluctantly. I'm gonna say reluctantly, jokingly. We're gonna buy the market. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're not gonna use any type of market orders. We're gonna use entry buys. So therefore, that market has to cross a certain threshold before we actually even get into the market, right? Which is good because we want to always try to protect ourselves and not just jump in willy nilly, right? Right. But we want to make sure that the market's moving in a direction before we get into it, and then at the same time, we also want to put in our stop losses because we want to try to control any potential risk of loss, and we want to limit it as much as possible. So we're going to make sure we got tight stop losses. As far as economic calendar, any events that we got coming up today for any type of releases, let's check and see. I pull up the weekly calendar here. You can find your economic calendar anywhere. You can find it on the software, but sometimes I just like to kind of look at this right here because it's some color and I like the visuals. Today is what, Thursday, right? So let's see here. Information about Germany, low. Some more information coming out about Great Britain pounds. Not anything serious. Nothing serious about the CAD. Not anything too serious about the US dollar. Blah, blah, blah. Japan has the consumer price index, but that's not until later on today. And then China's information is coming out, but that's not until later on today. Oh, sounds cool, man. Listen, look, I'm with it. I think that I'm with it. I'm good. I think this is good stuff, man. We are at the 4 o'clock hour, right? We're about to shut it down. Go ahead and place these trades. Get this thing crackulating. And it looks like today was going to be a buy day. We're going to go in there. We're going to buy up some stuff today. And I'll get back with you tomorrow and let you know how the trades turned out. Okay? Anyway, guys, if you haven't done already, full disclosure, I just meant to tell you, download this, or not download, but register for the Smart Trader software. It's really good software. We recommend it. Full disclosure, we are an affiliate of this company, so if you do happen to download the software, we will get make some money if you do the actual paid version. If you do the free version, then of course we don't get anything, but that's okay because you're going to get something out of it, and I think it's going to help you with your progression as a trader. The other thing is, if you haven't had opportunity, make sure you go by and visit some of our channels. You know, we have a YouTube channel, we have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. Just really out there on social media. I'd love to hear from you. And I want to leave you with a quote from the great Les Brown, because I always like to end it on a high note. And Les Brown says that always shoot for the moon, and that way, in case if you miss it, at least you'll be amongst the stars. I think it's a beautiful quote. I think it's something we should all strive to do. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Hope you make a ton of money. I'm sorry I'm so sleepy this morning. But man, these hours are killing me. But anyway, God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.